Hey guys, Total Control 871, chime in with the next update to the Nightmare Fiasco. I'll see if I can make this one very short. I just got off the phone with Nicole from Community Enterprises. I was not expecting a truthful answer, and of course I didn't get one. Um, so I was calling to find out what the lie would be. They are claiming that it was a clerical error. That's what they're claiming. That that they didn't. They were claiming that they didn't. First, she was trying to say that they didn't know about my income, which made no logical sense. There's no way in the world that I could have applied for this housing voucher without listing my income. Also, who remembers my room rental, hotel ashtray? Who remembers that? Uh, they, right there in front of them, they had my income. That's how they quantified the rent that I would have paid in that scenario. Um, Point is that they know my income, and now they are feigning a clerical error. Okay, so that's the excuse basically. Um, so as I am talking to Nicole and trying to express to her the seriousness of the situation, she begins to talk to me almost like a, I won't say it's completely condescending, but she basically like youth who are reckless with their money and need money management counseling and training and things like that. Um, she's like, well, no, Amir, what you need to do is just pay your rent first, and then everything else you can just figure out later. Um, I can't begin to tell you how nails on a chalkboard that is to us homeless people. It's right on par with, I think I had somebody in the comment section saying, move to the middle of the country, $500 apartments. I have no idea why conservatives continue to perpetuate that lie that somewhere in the middle of America there are boundless, endless $500 apartments. It's fantasy. It is a lie. As I told you guys before in the previous episodes, it's not like, so it's like she was speaking to me as if uh a new as if I put my money into a new Wahoo kicker. It's an indoor trainer. Or who remembers, I think something you guys, because I'm not always on up to snuff on my cycling stuff. Who remembers the Peloton commercial? If I had a Peloton bike out there, come on, man. You don't need a, I mean, yeah, my big, I need a Peloton bike. I need as much exercise as I can get. But you know what I mean. Um, I don't need a Peloton bike, especially when I have a bicycle already. Um, she put it in the scenario where I showed you my snow tires. Those snow tires cost $80 each. So that's $160 $160 for a set of two tires. Were I to say to her in November, because that's what she's saying, that I should have been paying this rent all along, and she is pretending that it is a clerical error and that I should have been paying it all along. So if I didn't have those snow tires and November rolled around, and October, November is when I start doing my winter bike shopping, she would have told me, she would have spoke to me as if I don't need. Okay, come on, Amir. That's a very expensive boot. Okay, all right. Maybe you can just simply go to Payless, and you don't need this, Amir. This is one of the things that can just wait. To my cyclists, you understand. You already know. If I'm not mistaken, see, I don't know if we can see it. The wind is really whipping the trees here. If you check yesterday and day before's weather forecast for South Jersey or just the whole West Coast, not West Coast, excuse me, East Coast, Northeast, Northeast Coast. I think they got the whole lake effect snow going on in upstate New York, all that jazz. The point that I'm making is that although it's been an extremely mild winter, and it is true. It is true. I'm being honest. The boots didn't turn out. I didn't use them quite as much as I thought I would be using them, but that's only because we all know how incredibly mild the winter was. The tags are still on the snow tires, like I showed you guys. Incredibly mild winter. So hey, as it turned out, this particular year, maybe it could have waited. But are you seriously going to chance that? This isn't just something. Who's okay with riding around without insurance? Who's okay with riding around without a spare tire and jack? Who's okay with that? Yeah. The point that I am making is that the things that I spend spend the money on, they're not luxury items. They're items that are critically needed. Hey, you guys have seen the bike. I showed you the bike. Everything is highly prioritized. I would love to have a new Garmin, but the Garmin can wait. New handlebars, stuff like that. But that stuff can wait. Um, that stuff can wait. So that's how Nicole was speaking to me, as if, oh, priorities, Amir. Yeah, I know. And you do understand that that bicycle is my transportation. Okay? Walmart is about 8 miles away. Okay? So when it snows okay, that's how I get to the market and that's how I get back. Okay? So if I'm trapped in the house here, no food in the fridge, okay, and I need to get out, I can't call Nicole. Even if Jason was still my social worker, can't call him. That's not what that program does, and that's not a snub to Jason in that regard, because it is true. Neither program, CPS or Community Enterprise, they're not there to be your chauffeur. That very much indeed is true. So, which is why I have to keep that bicycle up and running. It's why I need the proper clothing for wearing. And the way I was talking about the whole weather is that, oh my God, it was a few years ago. It was, back in, 2015. No, wait a minute. It was before that. That was before I was even disabled when I had the CDs, Italian leather cycling shoes. I'm like riding from, from the way, basically I'm riding through these back roads and whatnot, and it's in the middle of winter that particular year, and it's leather. It's not insulated leather, it's just leather, and my feet, I thought my toes were going to snap off. It was then that I realized, as nice and swank as the CDs are, they are a summer and fall or spring shoe. They're not meant for the winter. They're not meant for the middle of winter. And I meant for them, and obviously you have to have boots. You'll never be able to make it moving through 20-degree Fahrenheit air at 20 miles an hour. 20 at 20. It's why I gotta have the balaclava, head, hands, and feet. Ironically enough, head, hands, and feet is where the cyclists have to keep warm the most. You know, all the rest of this core business, it heats up on its own. Okay, let me bring this thing in here. So yeah, so basically Nicole, number one, she just pretended that it was a clerical error. It is not. She will not return my voucher to its previous amount. So I need to make it to the end of my lease. Unfortunately, I am going to be returning into homelessness, though exactly when. Uh, SNAP, food stamps. Nicole is going to be expediting out to me as quickly as if I can believe her. Uh, the rent that I am to pay, I'll have to submit that to the food stamp agency. The, if they can save me with it, I'm thinking at least $150 to fill in the gap here for. Oh my God, I need at least 150, maybe more. So if that, then I might be able to swing it. Also, when I was telling you guys in one of the previous episodes that there were two things, I talked about the SNAP program, but also in the mail today I received, and I don't know how I could possibly forget, I'm constantly coughing, something for assistance for summer cooling, keeping the air conditioner on, because I have a respiratory ailment. If I can get a doctor to fill out the medical form that they sent me, then I'll get assistance with summertime electrical, the summertime electric bills, basically. I'll get assistance with that. If I can get assistance with the electric, if I can get the food stamps, I might be able to pull this thing off. Otherwise, because I don't have health insurance, so I can't take that form to my doctor. I don't have a doctor. I'm dreading this, but I'm going to have to take that form to the hospital, and I'll see if there is an NER doctor that could fill out the form. I'm very worried. Frankly, it's like I think about the electric, but then again, I begin to worry because I haven't had a chest x-ray. I have no fucking idea what's going on in here, man. And it does have me worried as to what they're going to find. Anyway, I have to think about that later. See if I can find a doctor. I'll do some searches for some free clinics or something that I can get the form filled out. See what becomes of the food stamps. If food stamp and doctor electric bill fail me, then I will see if I can limp to the end of my lease in June by shutting off the utilities in this house. Shutting off the electric and the gas. The water, that's fine because, keep the toilet running and things like that. The water, it's only $25. I can manage that. But yeah, I'd have to shut everything else off just to be able to make it. The landlords here, the homeowners, they turned out to be very, very nice people. They took a chance. They took a chance on a homeless man. They were very, very suspicious of me, and we were suspicious of each other, and we each had our own horror stories and were fearful. So I'm going to do the best that I can to, at the very least, make it to the end of my lease, without stiffing them. With a huge, it would be, oh my God, from now till June, it would be about $700 that I would end up owing them. I'm gonna do everything in my power to not have that happen, even if it means cutting off the utilities so I could pay this crazy ass rent. Okay, yeah, so that's it. It's just a quick update. I don't know how quick it was, but I'll fill you in on more as it comes in. Thanks a lot for listening. Total Control 871. I feel a smidge better, but the heart, it keeps pounding, it keeps racing, like I can't catch my breath, and everything that's happening is not helping. Total Control 871.